Hey there, knife fans! Zach here. Gonna knock out a few videos in a few days, get back into touch with you guys and talk about the ZT-0801 today, the Rexford. Apparently I was on a pre-order for this, I totally forgot, with Blade HQ. And I think I've had it now for maybe two to 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks now. I was going to do a video on it right away, and I figured I would carry it around a little bit and get a little bit more of an impression on it before I just popped right up and did a vid. So there it is. I'm sure that there's a bunch of videos I haven't really checked popping up on YouTube with people getting these now that they're coming into stock. This is the plain version, the regular standard production version of it. Now ZT is doing an exclusive version. It's kind of bronzed. I think it might have some carbon fiber. I'm not sure if the blade steel is the same or not, but there is an exclusive version out there. And if it's not out there, it's coming. Anyway, this is the 0801. Rexford, as I said, is a design taken from Todd Rexford. I should say borrowed from Todd Rexford with his approval, of course. And it is essentially a ZT copy, or ZT's take on the Singularity, the Rexford Singularity, which, you know, if you know anything about Todd Rexford knives, they are extremely expensive on the secondary market and just impossible to get a hold of direct. So kudos to ZT for doing that knife, you know, doing that knife proud. I think they did a really decent job. I've handled a few Rexfords. I've never had a chance to own one. But this thing is really kind of a spitting image of the Singularity with some ZT touches. Of course, you've got these milled-in textured handles. Of course, both handles are titanium. The ZT fold-over kind of standard pocket clip. ZT's logo. Kind of a similar type pivot design as what Todd might do. Not exact to all his pivots. All his stuff's really very creative. But kind of a little bit of flair there. It's got a adjustable, well, not an adjustable, but a lock bar insert. You can see it. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but it's embedded in there, which makes the lock face really smooth. Absolutely no lock stick on this thing at all. So let's just kind of go over it real fast. You've got 2 slabs of titanium, which are the scales, black fold-over pocket clip, Elmax steel, about a 3.5-inch blade. Like I said, out of Elmax. I think the overall length on this thing's about just over 8 inches. So it's a nice little carry size for in the 3 to 3.5 inch range of carry knife. You can see in my hand. Fills my hand pretty nicely. Just a little bit of it sticks out here out of the back. Drop point type blade. It comes in stonewash, and I believe only stonewash. Other than the exclusive version, this is the only version. So it's not like a stonewash, a satin, a black blade. These are all the same from what's out there. You've got tip up, right or left side. You can change the pocket clip. Flipper, of course, on ZT's KVT, which is just a caged bearing system. Extremely smooth. Smoother than like the 0560, probably just because it's, you know, the blade shape and the weight of the blade just makes it really very smooth. The detent on this is perfect. You know, you don't have to give it any wrist action at all, and it just pops right open. So if you're familiar with Todd stuff, you know that he doesn't have any jimping on the Singularity, at least as far as I know, the ones I've seen. And that would be the one thing. And I kind of knew that going into this. I'm a huge fan of jimping. I love it. Some guys can take it or leave it, especially when you have a flipper as your guard there. So you're not really going to slip off the knife up onto the blade when you've got a flipper. I just like to have a little bit of traction up here on top myself, just for some thumb purchase. It's kind of like a security blanket or something for me almost. I like having at least a dished out area or something for my thumb, but that's just me. And of course I did know that again going into this, so I'm not going to criticize. I might just put a piece of grip tape up here on top or something. But I wanted to give you guys a look at this. It is perfect lockup. Absolutely cannot muscle in any left or right or any up or down. It's just a great little knife. You know, and I'm glad that ZT, you know, ZT, not trying to knock on Boker too much or SOG or some of the other big companies, but I'm really glad that ZT was given the chance to, you know, to do their take on the Singularity, because they did a really fantastic job. It's a, you know, it kind of gives you a high-end knife feel, but a production that you don't mind carrying, and you're not going to worry about, you know, really using too much like you might if you had a an actual Rexford. Hell, even if you had a Rexford, this would be a great one to pick up just as a user. Comes fairly sharp, you know, hair shave, not, well, yeah, I guess it is hair shaving sharp out of the box. Still holding a decent edge. I haven't done a ton of cutting with it. I've mostly carried it in, to work in dress jeans and dress pants because of the black clip. So I'd recommend picking one up. If you're a Todd Rexford fan, definitely pick one up. If the jimping is a deal breaker for you, just to let you know that it doesn't have any jimping. But otherwise, this is a pretty perfect little knife. They did a fantastic job on it, and I'm glad to own it. I'm glad to own it. Add it to my ever-growing ZT collection. I'm not really picking up too many production knives these days. I'm more or less just looking at high-end, real high-end production. You know, what do you say is real high-end production in the mid 1,000 range or above, or actual custom knives. I have quite a few custom knife orders out there that I'm kind of putting my money away for, saving up for those so that I actually have the money available when they come available. Anyway, back to the production side. You really can't go wrong with this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Actually, you know what, before just let's do this really quick. Sorry, I'm kind of frazzled today. Just give you some size comparisons to a few of the other knives that I have here on the table. Let me zoom back out. Very similar in size to your VCP and your Curtis F3 flipper. Hold it up to the F3 real quick. Take a look. Take a look-see. Very similar in overall size to the F3. It has a little bit more handle length, but otherwise they're very similar in size and weight. Same with the VCP. Very similar size knives. So if you're used to carrying a knife around this size, here's a good one to add to your collection if you're looking for one. Anyway, I guess now we'll end it. End it for real. Thanks for watching, guys. A lot of videos planned. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching as always.